This little guy right here is the K668 microphone by Fifine. And this is quite powerful despite how small it is, and you'll be pretty surprised about how much this costs. I'm going to be going through this, but just for a pretty quick overview, it is a cardioid microphone, so it is best used when spoken straight into it, just like a broadcaster mic. And it is a plug-and-play USB microphone, so that makes it super easy for portability. And that's the whole reason why I bought this thing. It's really easy to stand up, it has a really easy tear down process, and it's easy just to put in a backpack, carry along with you, or just use it for really run and gun sort of situations where you just need to get a quick recording out. So throughout this review, I will be looking at other microphones as well, just to give you a good comparison of how this sounds and how this compares compared to some other more expensive setups. So in order for you to track that, I am going to be putting a little indicator on the top when I switch microphones, so that you will be very aware of when I am on this microphone and when I'm on another microphone. For now, that's all I got to say about this guy. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the review. The Fifine K668 is a small portable USB microphone that is around 5 inches tall without the base. It has a frequency response of 50 Hz to 16 kHz. While it's listed as an omnidirectional microphone, I found it better used for single-person cardioid situations. It is a no-nonsense microphone, and overall is a very sleek and handsome piece. The mic ships with an instruction manual, a removable collapsible base, as well as a wind filter, which I'm actually using this time. The wire included is hardwired into the microphone and runs about 6 feet long. The cord included is a good length and it seems sturdy enough. However, I would have loved the ability to choose my own wire, or even have the option to detach a proprietary connector for easier and safer storage. The stand has 3 adjustable legs that lock into the lowest position. While this is very convenient, I would have liked to have more adjustability in terms of height, just in case there's a low table or if someone that is taller is using it. It does hold the mic's weight pretty well, and it does give good tilt adjustability via the hinge. But I do have nicer microphones than this, but they do require a ton of different equipment like a DAC or a adapter that will help me use it on a laptop. The recording you're hearing here is through my stationary setup, and my Audio-Technica AT4040 microphone is interfacing with my computer via a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface. This is a great setup for me when I'm home and I have time to actually sit down and do a proper recording. The audio is very crisp, it's nice, you can hear the aberrations in my voice, as well as it just sounds a lot more well-rounded and precise. And while I do like this quality, I don't always have this setup with me. I am traveling a lot for work, and I do need to do some recordings when I'm not at home, especially if I have guests over or I have roommates in the house. So having this setup is not the most accessible thing to me, because the AT4040 in itself does not have a portable stand. I have to buy a separate stand for it that is a metal base with a telescopic arm, and again that adds weight to my backpack and is also not the easiest thing to pack. It takes some time to stand up and break down, and is not great if you have limited real estate. The other bad thing is it doesn't directly interface with my laptop, so I do have to bring around my Focusrite 2i2 in order to have that talk to my Mac. And again, the Focusrite gives me a lot of great options like seeing my levels, adding additional microphones, and it is plug and play. But again, it's another device that I have to bring along, which would also take some more space on my table. This is not great for portability. The Fifine has that kind of all in one place. While I do not get the levels or additional functionality from my interface, I do have a win on terms of the convenience of the whole thing. I still get a great sound out of it, but I do get it with a simple plug into my Mac. All on mic with a very light stand that I can break down and easily store in my backpack. I did want something a little bit more portable so that I could take it on the road with me. So I can take it on business trips, I can take it to cafes, I can use it in a hotel to get some recordings done during my spare time. And when I found this, it came highly recommended, and it really fit the need. And I understand there are some really high level brands out there that have a USB option that would make it just as simple. However, they are not at this price point, and I would debate if they are significantly better. From my experience with the USB options from other companies, they have been one of two things. One, not as great as sounding as their other brother microphones, super expensive, and kind of still terrible to carry around. So the recording you're hearing here is through my Yeti Blue mic that is directly plugged into my laptop, and then using QuickTime as a software to capture all of this. We are in cardioid mode right now, and that's one of the good things about the Blue Yeti mic is it's not only really easy to plug and play, but it also gives you a lot of features in terms of how do you interact with other people, or so if you have multiple people in the room or you need to change it for music instruments, they have different modes for that. So you're going to have a bunch of different features here, like a mute button. You can also have the ability to monitor through headphones, as well as the ability to change your gain straight on the mic. So that's always really, really nice because that makes you have to have less complicated software to sort of drive it. In terms of the whole build quality, obviously they're pretty solid mics. You're going to get great sound out of it. They have a pretty good reputation. The only thing that's really going to be a gripe here for me is that it is much bigger than I would want. So while it is nice and compact, like it can fold down into its stand, the overall footprint is pretty big in my backpack. So in comparison to the Fifine, it is much heavier to carry around, as well as much more space in my backpack, especially if I'm trying to carry a lot of equipment with me. So it's not the most ideal situation. The other thing that I've noticed is over time, this thing has started to deteriorate on me. So the hinge here in the middle that keeps everything together, it's starting to bend sort of in a way that it doesn't move very easily. And if it does move easily, that means it's completely off the stand. So you'll notice I can spin this knob forever. It never tightens. So I think over time traveling with this, it's broken. It's essentially broken. So I don't really have this issue with the Fifine because of the fact that things stay in place, and I can easily break down the stand and then restand it up without the issues of the Blue mic. If I had to take this apart and reassemble it, it would take some time and it would be annoying. But yeah, that's the benefit of the Fifine. You're gonna get very similar audio quality with the Fifine. If you're just using it as a cardioid, you'll still get clear sound, you'll hear aberrations and things like that. But obviously the Blue mic's gonna give you a lot more features. It's gonna give you a ton more flexibility. But if you're literally looking for a budget option that has clear sound, the Fifine's gonna do that better than this in terms of value, in terms of quality per dollar. Because this thing runs at 120 bucks, and they can go up to like I think 150 or 180 if you get a special edition. But the baseline for this particular setup is 120, and I think even what is the other ones like? I think they rolled down to 100 and maybe 80 if you just get the snowball. But yeah, the Fifine is $24. It's hard to find quality like that. And while the Blue gives you a lot of flexibility, the Fifine gets you the same quality or similar quality at literally a fraction of the price, like less than half, less than a quarter. Yeah, it's crazy. And then another example would be like my Sennheiser microphones. I've tried the USB versions of the microphones that I have, and they just don't sound as crisp and they don't sound as nice. So maybe I'm being picky there, but I don't want to spend $200 on a Sennheiser microphone if it's not going to sound as good as my other microphones. So this one obviously doesn't have, like, this is super nice quality at a great price point. So I don't know why I would not recommend this. But again, listen to this video as many times as you need to see the differences. But from a portable options standpoint, like, this is great. For perspective, another way that I've been able to do this in the past was I would take my regular microphone. I didn't want to bring the DAC and all that other stuff, so I invested in a H4n. The recording you're hearing now is the same AT4040 microphone from before. However, now it's plugged into the Zoom H4n Pro. So this is a portable recording unit that takes in XLR inputs, but also has a native mic. The native mic works pretty well for any sort of like really quick gun and run shooting, but it is more ideal if you use the actual XLRs to use a nicer microphone. This is my setup when I traveled a lot. So when I was going to Atlanta and DC a lot for projects, I could carry this thing around, put it in my backpack, plug in my nice microphones into it, and it'd still get me the recordings that I wanted no matter where I was. While that was really convenient, these quality did suffer because it did not have as much available power because it's powered through batteries. My computer can push a lot more power through the microphone and the microphone will perform better, while the H4n is just doing the best it can on 2 AA batteries. While this did serve me pretty well and I got a lot of great recordings out of it, the overall investment for quality was not something that I really like. Retrospectively, if I'm looking at this, I paid $200 for the Zoom unit, plus money for the XLR cable, plus money for the SD card. You're looking at a $250 investment plus the amount of money you spent on the microphone, which is probably nicer anyway. So when you're looking at all of that together, just for a portable recording unit, this is too much money for what you're trying to accomplish, and you're not getting all of the quality from that investment. But yes, the whole rig is pretty portable. I could record this literally wherever I wanted to, and I could see the levels much like I did on my interface. However, the K668 directly plugs into my Mac, which is a convenience in itself. And that's because while the H4n is a mobile solution that allows you to use any XLR microphone, it still suffers from the fact that you need to worry that that is being properly powered, and that you also need to carry around card readers, adapters, things like that to get the recording on the Mac or on your computer. For the Fifine, you don't have to really worry about that because it's being powered by your computer, which means you have less issues with powering your microphone, as well as the fact that it's recording onto your computer. So you have the ability to get a longer recording with less issues in terms of storage, as well as being able to quickly transfer it into a project for any sort of video or voiceover you're doing. So that, again, wins in the whole convenience section. However, because it's all in one and just plugs in directly with your PC, again, you don't have to carry around a mic stand, and the recording unit itself. So again, this is easier to just throw in your bag and pop it up and stand it up when you want to get a recording than I would say the H4n with another microphone. That might be a little bit nicer. And finally, the native microphone on the H4n, I think, sounds a little bit less clear than this. So I still think that this wins out. So from my perspective, no matter how you look at it, this is a more convenient mobile solution than the H4n. Are you convinced yet? I really hope that was useful for you, because this is something that is so surprising that I can't part with it at this point. I mean, it's so easy to use. It's such nice quality for 24 bucks. That's basically a no-risk investment there. It's just amazing what it can do. So I mean, I hope you listened to all the different recordings and noticed the different changes. But while you might get like a more well-rounded sound and some, nicer qualities at certain things, like again, I haven't really maxed this out. Like I didn't throw vocals or like instruments through this, but in terms of just picking up voice and doing things like that, I think this is perfect, especially for anyone who's just starting off making videos or, doing it even just for a simple game. This is going to pick up your voice extremely well and, kind of bat with those big boys that I showed in the video. Again, you're not going to get the crazy different modes or the different technology behind some of the other ones, but you're still definitely going to get some really good voice quality out of this. So, for a lot of my reviews recently, I've been returning things because I didn't want them or they just didn't meet my standards. But this is something that's going to stay around with me just because it's so simple to use. I can just plug it in, I can take it around with me and just literally use it whenever I need to get a quick recording in. In fact, this is going to be a really good gift for anyone who uses microphones, whether they do voiceovers or if they're just playing games or if they need them for a conference. This is going to be a great gift, so I would even recommend it for that. At 24 bucks, again, awesome value for what you're getting in quality. So again, I don't know how much more I can gush on this to make you guys want to buy this, but it's awesome. So that's basically everything I have to say about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the review and that you found it informative. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that you normally do on a video that you like and love. And as always, appreciate ya. Later.